All right, so we'll see what happens here. They have both reset. Hey, and I think we're live, guys. So sorry for that. We worked through a little bit of technical delays. I apologize, but you all got to see what we're happening here. They got a lot of strength. They got return. They got to keep the key. We sold the treasury, which will be nice once they have 85 gold to get that keys all filled up. But we're gonna have no issue taking out some zone 0 stuff.
Yep, and we're already seeing that start here. SassageLink is very close to level 2 here, taking out that Drakey, and Pav is actually going to pull it first with this slime, so we're going to see real quick as both of them are able to pull it. And level 2 is going to bring us, all right, there we go. 13 strength, 13 speed, 6 HP, and wow, that was big.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they already started with 18 strength. This was very strong, boys, and they're even stronger now.
Yeah, level 2 definitely helped with no magic and no spells. I mean, it doesn't matter, though. That big attack power boost and the fighter's ring to start is a huge piece for these guys as they're going to start swinging at bigger things, and things are now also starting to run away from these guys.
Yeah, running away. They are. Pav was on like hero walk from heck right there, but finally gets another encounter. But yeah, we should see a few levels coming through pretty quickly here, and then it's all about the fun. We get the keys, we get the treasury, we see what's in the basement, and the exploration starts.
I'm going with Mountain in the basement. I mean, we've seen it quite a bit already. Why not just continue the trend, right?
Let's do it. There's the simultaneous level 3s.
3 power, 5 HP, 10 magic. So a interesting start there as our runners. Still no extra spells, but they do have repel. If they do want to start taking on some of the harder stuff, I think you're still a little early for that, but a little bit of boost there in the HP and magic department.
Yeah, both of them very content to stay right here in this forest as well. No healing, and we're still running on our initial life after the reset with the keys. But it looks like Pav finally kind of pushing just ever so slightly. We're getting all these little middling enemies right now, though.
Yeah, and these guys are looking to get just enough to get that extra key so they can hit the armory and get the extra keys and then check the basement. So, I mean, this is going to be big, just trying to get that. And you see Pav going a little further north, trying to see if the zone changes just a little bit in this desert up here.
Yeah, I like that play. Even if it doesn't change and you can still get moderately okay enemies, it's faster. But he is going to come back down here. SassageLink with his next kill should be getting level 4, and Pav right behind him.
Yeah, these guys are just getting out there grinding quick already. And level 4 is going to be 1 speed, 2 hit points, 2 magic points, and the spell of heal and outside. So that's really nice. Now that we've got some healing, we can get through some of this pretty dangerous swamp area we've got going on.
Exactly. Yeah, heals nice from that, because we are already seeing a little bit of swamp here. Plus, if they got into some danger and are not going to be able to hold on that E5 gold that they're trying to both get to, they would be able to top up. There's level 4 for Pav, gets the same stats and that spell info. And I think we'll see some key pickups here in a couple more fights once 85 gold is acquired.
Indeed, and these guys are just getting after it. Pav is pretty close. I think Sassage is pretty close. So, yeah, they're neck and neck here as far as golden experience goes. So there's not a whole lot of difference in what they're doing. They're just taking down the same things and almost simultaneous from the looks of it.
Yeah, this is officially the level I don't want to be in the zone for experience, but definitely do for the gold, just to get that out of the way and get it handled. So I can understand why they're both staying here, but especially with that heal spell and the amount of strength we have, I definitely want to see the next level zones here. So we should see, there goes Pav number 1, and we'll see SassageLink almost assuredly right behind him.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, Pav's got the gold already. Sassage is literally right behind him. He just needs a few more kills, but Pav has taken down a couple of, I'd say, bigger enemies and gotten some gold a little faster. So it's worked in his favor. He'll pick up the chests in the armory, get that gold, get some extra keys, and then we'll take a basement check and see what's there. And there goes SassageLink right behind him.
Yeah, almost the exact same steps. We're going to go around. We're going to top off. We'll heal. We'll re-top off. We'll grab the 1 key. We'll get them chests, like you said. We'll go downstairs, and I know there's a lot of optimism for downstairs. I'm feeling it's a turn-in tonight. I don't know which old man's hiding there, but it's going to be one of the turn-ins, I feel.
Ooh, I like that call. That would be fun, especially if it's Jerk. A Jerk turn-in under the castle would be quite hilarious. But yeah, I'm going to still keep with Mountain Cave because Mountain would be a fun watch.
Yeah, low HP, low agility mountains are always fun, especially when you have no idea what's in the zone. But we're about to see 6 keys purchased for Pav. SassageLink getting the initial key will be picking up his treasury chest and then be right behind in about 30 to 60 seconds.
Well, we have one of our homework items already, and with the homework items, there are a few things that are required for those that don't know. The token is required to prove your who you are, the stones of sunlight, and then the harp to turn into the music man to get your silver or your stone or your staff of rain, and then you can take that to the Jarek for the rainbow drop, and that'll give you the Bifrost into Sharlock. But there's still a couple more things after that you need, and it is tablet downstairs.
Tablet downstairs, and an NPC troll on SassageLink's side has to wait for this guy to move so he can go buy more keys. There we go. And looks like we're rewarded with Erdrick's sword downstairs. Let's go with all that strength.
Well, this just got interesting real fast now because there's not a lot our guys aren't going to be swinging at. I mean, you're not going to be swinging at greens, blues, reds, but you're still going to be swinging at Druid Lords. You're going to be swinging at maybe some Magidrolls, things of that nature. So, I mean, it's not bad, and we're going to see that first repel over here for Pav.
Yeah, and I'm kind of curious. With Pav, haven't seen this desert. There we go. I was like, walk north until you get to the next zone and see what all is in that zone, because that is primo enemies now.
And SassageLink should be right behind him, and there it goes. We got a little bit of a change with the Druid there.
Yeah, look at that. Opened with a 17, finishes with an 18. This is exactly what we're wanting to see. And there's SassageLink getting the news, and we'll be out here joining Pav in a moment.
And Metal Scorpion's in that same zone, so this is a tasty spot for a little bit, probably till about 6, 7, somewhere around there, and it'll be really good for these guys to get some exploration, maybe a new spell. 3, 1, 3, 4 for level 5.
Yeah, absolutely. And that level there absolutely tells me to just sit here, sit tight. This Metal Scorpion is juicy as heck. I would love, personally, to see like a Warlock Skeleton show up as well, if we could, over that Druid, but we'll see what else is here.
And Sassage seeing still some of the magicians and stuff, but he's actually pushing out a little farther on the exploration piece with his sword, kind of being happy with that. But we also have to look that he does only have, Metal Scorpion's now rough business.
Yeah, I think we're still going to swing at him, but that was a very nice and spicy hit.
Yeah, that was the one thing you don't want to see from a nice little grindable enemy. But again, you know that you're one swinging on him, so it's not so terrible. But yeah, that was pretty tough to see.
Yeah, for sure. And Sassage pushes west, and it's a little tight. He gets past the Green Dragon, sees Sharlock and Garenham.
Big find here for Garenham and Big C as well. You've got the shops here. You've also got 3 chests in the back and 1 cave check. So let's see what we've got back here. We do have some broadsword. We don't need any of that, but we have half plate, and he is able to buy that right now.
Yeah, it's a great defensive pickup. Meanwhile, we're getting level 6 here, 2007. So again, not a lot, I think, and Pav agrees. We sit here and go to 7.
And a very good call. I mean, Sassage now having the exploration advantage, Pav having the experience advantage right now. 2 big pieces, but 2 massively different views on things. And we have a torch back there. We have Erdrick's armor in Garenham and a dragon scale to add 2 more points. So we are almost kitted out right now.
Well, that's just amazing. He actually gets the 1,000 gold there. Gets the half plate, immediately procs that into an Erdrick's armor. I half expected Hurtmore to show up in the chest somehow.
Right, and it's just kind of the way it goes. The moment you upgrade something, here is the best you can have, and it's going to happen that way. Magic key to replace the one he used in the free cave there, so not a whole lot in the back of Garenham, but that armor is a key pickup, and Pav is going to need to get there quick.
Yeah, it's really nice to have that armor. I mean, the defense is huge at this level. The heal walking is just a bonus. The Demon Knight's going to send SassageLink back. And to be honest, Sassage has got to just sit down and start grinding now. There's nothing he's going to find that's going to expedite what he needs outside of just killing things now. So we'll see we'll see how this goes. I mean, Pav is not in a bad position with where he's at, even without that Erdrick's armor or even that half plate. So he's grinding away with no real issues here.
Indeed, and seeing Druid Lords have heal more, as we saw Pav take a swing and low roll that swing. Not too terrible, but again, it's one of those rough things that once if you were in a lower strength seed without the sword, that would be a rough thing to see when you're trying to grind out. And to the south of Castle is nothing.
Yeah, I'm seeing some ears perk in chat, I'm sure, as they noticed most likely South Coast there, and the reversers are salivating at the chance to see what chords are.
Oh, yeah, and that's always a good thing for those who can do that reverse count. When you see a map like this and you know you're on that southern piece, you can already feel it. So we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. And it looks like there might be a little bit more south on the other side there, as SassageLink is rolling through some of the exploration. You're going to pick up level 6. And level 7 over there was pretty juicy. I saw a big magic point gain and a pretty decent HP gain.
Yeah, so we're still pressing along here. I think Pav is going to be content, most likely, to continue to hang out here. We have a coastal town down here. We know it's not the Ham. And we've got Cole.
Well, Cole's huge for the one search spot and the potential shield here, even though Sassage has no money for it. But there is a small shield. He could pull that if he felt like it. He's going to go ahead and do that now.
Yeah, there's another 4 defense. It doesn't hurt at all. But we'll see if anything's on the ground. And we see Town Cave here on Pav's side. So we're about to find a little bit of info. There's our staff cave. We've got a vanilla flute.
And we're not even sure if this is randomized, ladies and gentlemen. We're just kind of going off of what we see, and the flute being there is rough. But Cantlin is the town, and Cantlin has all of the things.
Yeah, they sure do. And this will be interesting because obviously we don't need to look for a weapon. We've already got the biggest one. But if Pav somehow doesn't get across that armor before maybe falling into a gold grind, he could potentially grind for the magic armor first.
Indeed, and we should see maybe see a coordinates check. Nope, not going to see one just yet, but we are going to. Oh, well, hang on. We're not done yet.
Yeah, he's all the way down. I think he has to top off to get some additional MP to make it, since he does take 15 damage per tile here. He's not getting the free walk like Sassage will once Sassage does make his way towards that town.
Indeed, the Sassage is really set on this exploration grind. He is finding all kinds of things right now.
Yeah, he sure is. And we'll see how this plays out. Sometimes exploration grinds, when you're a little overpowered like he is right now, do play out well, as long as you're running into things such as this that continue to give you experience that's worthwhile, right? Versus that little bit of a dedicated grind we saw from Pav. But sometimes it bites you because you get out here and you just keep running into rakes and dying. But we're going to find out if there are, where the chords are here in a minute.
Well, Blue Dragon here it let him get away at 26 agility, so a big piece for SassageLink, but he still took a hit there. Yeah,
teeth on a dragon hurt almost always, unless we're at least 88 defense and breaking the greens. But we got 15 north, 32 east, hopefully fairly countable. We'll find out.
I kind of what we saw from it earlier with Pav being around that area. It looked like it was pretty walkable. So, but he's going to find out that the search spot is not going to be the armor he would be looking for. It is just going to be one of either the harp or the stones here. And I'm thinking we're just going to see harp on the search spot tonight.
All right, yeah, I think that's. Harp or stones is almost certainly what we're going to see. We obviously know the only other thing it can be is Death Necklace, and we're counting west and. I don't think that's ideal.
I think Pav just realized it, and he's like, oh, well, let me go back and redo this.
Yeah, I've seen Weast get written down before, and it cost a lot of time. But there we go. We're turning in the correct direction this time.
Yeah, just going to have to go up and around this little bit of water here, and Sassage is going to be in that same spot. He's going to be tripping over this, looks like the search spot, possibly in some of his exploration. But yeah, we're going to have that from Pav here in just a second, as this is a pretty easy count.
Hopefully an easy count, as we see. Sassage dying to Armored Knight there, and he almost would have seen these towns and such, and there's an Armored Knight. For Pav, hopefully he took and writ down some of those chords and doesn't have to recount the whole thing. Although it's not very large.
No, but double night KO right there was wild to see. Almost 1-for-1. He got finished with Sassage and then jumped right over to Pav and said, "Hey, I just saw your buddy here."
Well, Sassage is going to continue to try and press out. He is getting some experience, and he's closing in on level 7 and cutting a little of that gap in experience points here, while Pav has been handling a few things, such as getting into Cantlin. But another Armor Knight is going to have some concerns about saying nope. Yep, there's another death.
Yeah, AK-47's hitting like Mack trucks still, with only 26 defense power. Yeah, that is going to be a big piece. And Wolf's with Stop Spell for SassageLink, so that's a free 40 experience right there. He'll see level 7 right now.
All right. Yeah, very interesting opening. I mean, it seems zoomy when you get a free key with the return spell. We started with 18 strength, got another 13 strength at level 2. So it already felt zoomy, and then it just continued to zoom once we got Erdrick's sword downstairs. Erdrick's armor is not too far away, just slightly west of where Pav continues to walk here. And Sassage is getting a lot of look over this overworld, but I mean, to be honest, there's nothing out here that's going to expedite getting to the end game more than finding things to kill.
And Pav sees Swamp South, so we're going to see on the other side of Swamp here in just a second as he jumps out there. And Sassage finding red dragons. Ooh.
Yep, and south to north takes us to the southwest corner of this overworld. The very bottom edge here had absolutely nothing but plains tiles. We'll see if he can make it anywhere to the north, and if it goes anywhere.
Yeah, and Sassage hasn't, if he would go a little further to the east, he would see those 2 caves and the town that Pav has already found where Cantlin's at. He would have a shot at picking up, the coordinates there, as it would be free for him with that Erdrick's armor. And the Green Dragon going to send Pav home pretty quickly as well.
Yeah, agreed. He needs to go, and he might see it, and he might be put off by that Armor Knight he's ran into over that way once. But ultimately, we got a cave up here for SassageLink. Let's see what we got. There's our old man with the rainbow. That's the jerk. But I think the issue here is Sassage has had 10 plus minutes of armor advantage and hasn't taken advantage of it. And that could come back to haunt him. We'll have to see what happens.
Indeed. It looks like Pav is doing a slight count south of the castle here. Is he trying to reverse count this?
Yeah, that seems a little strange because he's the one with the chords. I could understand if you don't have chords, maybe getting that reverse in play just in case. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Meanwhile, he's going to go back to a grind. Sassage got something out of Rim that wasn't keys, hopefully, but I'm sure it was trivia.
He took the old man's herb, so that's not great to see on the 2-for-1 special there. But hey, it's not so bad. I mean, he did at least get that knowledge, and again, he only needs to find a large shield, but he just doesn't have the money as everything is continuing to take him out before he gets a chance to even see it. And another town over on Pav's screen here.
Yeah, Pav about to get his armor. He finally finds the ham, so he'll get back here. He'll get that armor. And we'll see how Pav decides to play this, because Pav has been more apt to want to try and grind, where Sassage is absolutely pushing all bits of exploration he can possibly pull off.
Yeah, I think Sassage is betting on hopefully decent spike tiles in Cave and in Hawksness, so he doesn't think that this will be too crazy for a mid-end game grind, but you're going to have to still get there with Pav being about 150 experience ahead of you and now picking up his armor.
Yeah, I'll say as somebody that's played this game quite a lot, the seed is absolutely begging our runners to grind. It doesn't have to be mid-level enemies. It can still be that zone 1-2 set of type enemies. If you're ever playing this game in the future and you find yourself in this kind of situation, much more apt to go grinding here than going out and repeatedly die into these Sharlock tier enemies.
And Sassage going west of Sharlock, He saw Sherlock again, so he's now on that area there, and I think he's fixing to find him a new town here, as we have found Hawksness.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great find, and very possibly something that we need may be in here. We still have the unknown item over on the cords in the Armor Night Desert, but even if that is harp or stones, we still need the other. And I know Hawks would be my primary source to want to find out if that's where it's at before going to dig Deep Grave or even continuing the search around, to be honest.
Agreed. And, coordinates, again, very close to home. But again, Sassage doesn't know that he's not seen Cantlin yet. And another red dragon over there on Sassage on the other side of the world. So this is not a free place very well.
Yeah, this overworld's pretty sketchy. Lots of nasty dragon enemies, and we'll have an unknown cave up there for Sassage, so we know it's one of the caves that we haven't seen yet. Level 8, very, very close for Pav here. We'll see if he can get the other 13 experience. That Metal Scorpion will do the job as long as we take it out, and a crit will take care of that for sure.
Indeed. So level 8 is going to look hopefully pretty tasty for our runners as we pull 2 more power, 2 speed, no hit points, 2 magic. Wow, that was a very odd level.
Yeah, that was a pretty big nothing burger. I mean, some numbers changed around. Randomly, Pav did finally realize he hadn't equipped the scale and did go ahead and do so. So, always interesting when people pick up either scale or Fighter's Arena if they forget to do it right away. Will they ever remember to do it? But Pav saw it in there and did it, and we'll continue grinding.
Yeah, and I think he's found him a nice little area here where he's seeing greens and metals and things of that nature, but these greens are still hitting for 26, even with that armor, no shield, and not a whole lot of agility to try and help us out, so he's going to get sent home on that one.
Yeah, green's a lot more than we can deal with. This Rogue Scorpion, though, a little sketch, but we will get there successfully. That's a big 70.
And that's a huge catch-up for SassageLink there, as he was still behind. He's pretty close to 8 now himself. But yeah, this is big pieces, and I think Pav's counting again. I think he's heading for it.
Well, we got Sassage getting up here to the location again. He's going to see if he can make it to this cave. We know there's a red dragon somewhere in the swamp on the west side of this. He's just hoping for no encounters. And the cave we are receiving is grave.
And this is a good find for SassageLink if something is down here, one of your homework items, something that'll at least keep it interesting and not make you have to deep dive grave. But if you get these 3 and nothing's there, it's like, well, I still have other places to check. And, deep grave is not always a fun thing to do.
Well, we got a torch. We got gold. We get away from the Axe Knight, and we get a Fairy Water.
So top 3, big nothing there. You've got to ask yourself, do I go for it? I've got the keys, and a green dragon taking Pav out again as he is making his way around. And SassageLink now catching up on the experience grind here. And Sassage is going to deep it.
That's kind of amazing. I mean, we have outside. We don't have a lot of survivability, but I guess it all depends on what we run into here. Meanwhile, Pav over here is just repeatedly getting denied trying to get to these cords. Made it a little further this time, and this time a green dragon sent him packing.
And you got to wonder if SassageLink is actually looking at maybe doing a gold grind for silver, but he has yet to see Cantlin. So, I don't know what the thought process, but he was going to go deep dive, and unfortunately it didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work, and we found out one of our favorite Hurtmorable friends, the Axe Knight, is packing DL2 breath, and that's what sent him shipping. Does look like he's going to come over here and pick up some gold, but doesn't have anywhere to take it yet.
I mean, he's got a couple of towns, but if you looked at the armories there wasn't much there. So, I mean, the only thing he can do is get a shield. If he can find Cantlin, which is just north and east of the northeast of the castle, I mean, he can pick up the silver shield. It's there, but wow, man, this is a gutsy call.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of time for something that you don't know for sure will pay off. If he finds the town and gets it, more power to him. But yeah, this is, like you said, a gutsy call, especially with how much knowledge he has that this overworld is not a free place to go walking around.
Agreed. And, I mean, you can repel some of the lower stuff, but, that desert up there by Cantlin is pretty rough, as we did see armored knights in the desert, things of that nature. It's like you said, it's not a free roam around this place yet.
Meanwhile, over here, Pav found him some little mountainous area. It's got warlocks, metal scorpions. We know the metal scorpion's a little scary. As long as we go first, though, we are almost assuredly taking them down in one, and is very quickly heading towards level 9.
All right, now we're going to see which direction SassageLink decides to take off with it. It's a silver shield would be great with this rough agility we've got. Again, stats are, I'd say, average for level 8, but it's still really low for what we need to happen here.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We'll have, we're like 1 or 2 levels away from one of these stats deciding to take off. Most likely something trivial that we don't need. We'll end up with 115 MP and no heal or more or hurt more. But level 9 coming in for Pav. We got 5 more power, 2 agility, 5 hit points, and I think I called it 18 magic.
Indeed, and that magic's going to help out. But, we still don't have a whole lot of anything to cast with it except heal. But that HP lag, and the HP gain of 5 was nice, but you're still, there's not a lot you're going to be swinging at that's bigger enemies,
No, absolutely. And meanwhile, we got SassageLink trying to figure out some places to go back into the ham. Just every time he's walked north outside of one immediate east attempt, he's refused to go that direction to where we know Cantlin is sitting with a very readily available silver shield, but he is about to find, what do we have left?
I believe Breckenary is the only thing left, and it is 100% the favorite place of everybody. Yay!
Well, Breck not coming through has the small shield, which we've already acquired, so Breck extremely worthless, at least at this current time.
Yeah, so, a quick shot to the east, and I don't think he has seen any of it yet. It's just, this is rough for SassageLink because Pav knows where it's at. Pav gets that opportunity to see Grave. We could see him grind for Silver Shield, and that would put him in a really good position since he does know where Cantlin is.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, it depends on how Pav plays this as well, because if Pav pulls off these cords finally, and it is one of our 2 items, and here's Cantlin finally for SassageLink, did not lose the money, so he will get rewarded for this. But if we can get one of those 2 items, I can see Pav grinding until he's able to kill whatever is in Hawks without ever having gotten to where Mountain or Grave are even located.
Yeah, and that's a huge pickup. He's going to pick up some more keys while he's out here. And Armored Knight going to send Pav home again. These Armored Knights playing a huge out here right now. But Pav with that 300-point experience lead could very well change, though, now that SassageLink's able to step toe-to-toe with a few bigger things, but this HP pool is still not going to be in his favor right now.
We're playing standard flags right now. We're in the summer tournament. There are not treasure guards, but this is probably the most guarded search spot I've ever seen in my life. We're never going to find out what's on the cords.
Well, we may see Sassage give that a shot here in a second as he's picked up his coordinates and, he's fully kitted. So let's wait and see, I guess. He's going to find his mountain cave here, swamp cave here, and it's going to nope out and go back to the other one.
Yeah, it's a smart play here. Go ahead and get these checked real fast. He knows where he can pick up a Staff of Rain once we do acquire that harp, which could very well be right next to where he's at here. Making some notes, I'm sure, during that pause. And we'll see if he wants to go try and do these cords or if he's going to do any other searching first.
He finds and gets away from the Armored Knight, and he's going to go into Swamp. We may get a check here, or nope, he's going straight outside. So he's going to see what's on this other side. I don't think we're really missing anything except for Mountain Cave at this point.
I think you're right. We've seen the towns, at least collectively here. We've seen the towns. I think we've seen it all.
Yep, so at this point now, it's Mountain Cave or bust, and, we know Hawksness is around as Sassage saw it, but he didn't go in to make any kind of checks. He didn't check the spike tile here in Swamp Cave just yet, so Sassage, again, is just dedicated to this exploration grind, trying to find exactly what he needs, and It's paying off, but at the same token, I mean, you've got a pretty significant experience lead over here with Pav.
Yeah, and I mean, for how long Pav has been at behind getting to certain things and still not pulling off the chords, he's not any worse for wear. He's got a couple 100-point XP point lead here, but it is still completely wide open. SassageLink's going to have a little bit more knowledge. He's got the extra defense, but ultimately it's who gets. They clearly want to get their homework done, so we're going to get our homework done. Whoever can pull that off first and get into a dedicated grind of some sort will have a significant advantage.
I agree with that 100%, and this is going to be interesting to see who does find that missing piece first, find that little small niche that they're missing, and looks like Pav's going to go do a quick spike check.
Yeah, it looked like he turned and yeah, oh no, he is he's just content with the zone. Okay. Oh yeah, he's just going back and forth. The rare swamp cave grind. That's not a spike.
And you can't hate on if the enemy set is good enough and you have the resources for it. It's not a bad piece, but you also know that's going to be what's on that first floor of Mountain Cave as well. So again, a pretty good play by Pav there, getting some experience in there, and then now he's going to try and explore over here since he did get taken out the last time he was over here.
Okay. What I've noted from Pav a couple times now is he'll start to try and walk back and forth like he's going to grind. Doesn't get an encounter for a couple seconds and then starts to act like he's going to walk away, then gets another encounter, or he just likes to go up, down, left, right. The weird grind. I'm good with that. Some people like to do loops and rectangles and such, but looks like we're going to sit in this desert. Hopefully, the level 10. I think that would be humongous for him.
Yeah, if level 10 can give us a decent boost in one stat, it doesn't even have to be a major stat, and maybe a hurt war. Something along those lines, bust the seed wide open.
Yeah, we did get just shy of level 9 here for Sassage, and he's gotten a couple good runaways from some blue dragons. 34 agility is not a free run from the majority of things that scare us, that's for sure. Even though we saw him run from the armor knight with no issue earlier as well. So sometimes things just come up your way, and there's level 9 for SassageLink.
Yep, Sassage going to see that big boost, and I think there is our final cave right there. I believe that's going to be Mountain Cave. And yes, the Ninja Paradise Mountain Cave, so nice. You got to do it more than twice sometimes.
Yeah, and as we just saw from Pav's side, I mean, he gets some encounters at least in this top zone. We'll see some moderately decent enemies. We know there's at least one scary enemy in the bottom because that shares the same zone as the top of grave. But 5 chests in here, 5 opportunities to get what we're looking for because it's not a guarantee that overroll matters because it could be the death necklace. But we'll start with some gold.
Indeed, and this is not a terrible piece. Like we said, we've seen it, but there's level 10, and it's going to give us 8 power, no hit points, 1 magic point, hurt, and stop spell. So not quite the hurt we were looking for, but it is something.
Yeah, we're a little bit stronger now, and that's pretty much it. Doesn't change our obnoxiously low HP at this point. The agility is agility. I will refrain from speaking of agility further. But we're going to see more chests from Sassage.
Yep, and we have our first belt sighting, as we do know Cole had something, and we know that there is a search spot, so we at least know that. But, Red Dragon down here on the bottom floor going to send Sassage home, and we're going to have a orphan chest there in Mountain Cave right now.
Yeah, and that just continues to reinforce the need for grinding for HP, grinding for just overall leveling. I mean, we're looking for Harp and Stones. Harp and Stones will not take away the fact that we still have to grind all this experience. I know I've repeated that a few times, but it really should be restated. It's just really important right now. But we're going to finally get a chord attempt by SassageLink. Let's see how this works for him.
Yeah, this is nice, but again, I think that's 2 levels now with no HP. It's a bit rough when you see these low HP seeds just continuously bombard you with a goose egg on that HP. And SassageLink looks like he's pretty close to this. We could see it here in just a second.
Yeah, we know this zone absolutely not free. Just into this desert where the green dragon showed up on Pav's side, but we get away from it on SassageLink's side.
Sassage now at the complete eastern seaboard here. Oh man, Red Dragon is going to block him too, and we're going to once again not get to see the coordinates.
This is absolutely amazing. The absolutely most guarded item ever in this game. The good news for SassageLink is I think he identified it's on the coast, so all he has to do is walk back over there. He doesn't even have to count the north-south. Just walk over there and just search a few tiles. There was only 8 or 9 tiles total, and maybe 5 or 6 north of what he was at.
Yeah, he was insanely close, and he knows what that count was. All he's got to do is get back over there and finish that count out. He should be good to go. And again, we're going to pray and hope that this is going to be one of our key items, but it could still be a death necklace. So a huge play here as we still have Deep Grave that hasn't been done, and 2 chests in the bottom of mountain potentially could be what we're looking for as well.
Yeah, few outstanding checks here, but the amount of rakes that we continue to step on continue to destroy us as we have an Armor Knight taking out Pav up on the north coast, and SassageLink 0 for 2 so far on courts.
This time to a Green Dragon. Man, that zone, if we get a little bit of HP, that zone right there could be real tasty.
Yeah, that zone could be real tasty, and we still lack knowledge of either of our spikes. From SassageLink's side, we know Hawks exist, and we've seen the Swamp Cave from both. So, TBD on a lot of this.
I mean, the big piece is once we get to that point and we see Pav finding Brecconary and noping out immediately. But yeah, over on SassageLink's side, this is a big grind spot late game because all he has to do is cast Repel, and he's got an immediate AK-47 and Red Dragon grind right there at his fingertips. And there it is, the Silver Harp finally being found.
Wow. One of the most expensive harps ever, evidently. Guarded by nothing but the finest, and a poltergeist, evidently.
Yeah, he's just there for moral support.
Yeah, he's the goofy friend that just hangs out with you. But there we go. He just walks freely right to the staff cave. No encounters at all after that poltergeist, and will now have the Staff of Rain and be 1 stones away from rainbow eligible.
Yep, and as I like to say, he's handing over the harp to the one-man band. Go spread his music across the land. He'll get his staff for the piece there and an armored knight, but at this point, he doesn't care. He's got what he came for.
Yeah, he sure does. And meanwhile, Pav is starting to find some of these locations that he has not noted that SassageLink had found earlier. Didn't see the cave to the north yet, which we know is Grave. Tries to check out the zone in Hawks, finds a blue dragon, does get away second try, and says, not quite the area for me. Does see the cave now. We'll see if he can get there. We know there's red dragons, and evidently the DL2 Axe Knight in this swamp.
This is another real good spot, kind of, sort of, because these Axe Knights do go down to one-shot Hurtmores once we get Hurtmore again. Don't have that yet. SassageLink now kind of getting into a small rhythm here, trying to gain level 10 as he is the full level behind Pav right now.
Yeah, it continues to amaze me that neither of them has tried. There we go. Pav trying to get back into a grind again. I was like, Pav's done it intermittently, but Sassage absolutely has refused to try and grind it out. But just seeing how nasty this overworld is, and we have such low HP and agility, to be quite honest, like, just sit down until the game wants to let you to finally move around.
Yeah, and then we've got the dual town area over here for SassageLink. We know that is, I believe, Remeldar Girenham. So yeah, he's trying to get through this Demon Knight and takes it down. He gets a pretty good boost in experience there. He's going to have to heal up, but again, anything that'll catch you up a little bit.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup of 90 there. That's a really big 90. It's a little sketchy to fight because then things tend to be fairly dodgy on us. And then coming in here for SassageLink, the Hawk, since he sees this Wraith, which is actually a pretty nice enemy right now, doesn't know it's hanging out with a big blue dragon and other enemies unknown.
Yeah, and I think what he's going to do here is just go and check this spike tile. Stone Man, that's going to be a little rough with no sleep, but he gets away with no problem.
and has opted to go ahead and try and see what else is in this zone. He gets another rate, though. I mean, as long as the race keeps showing up and the bigger enemies stay away or let us run, that's perfectly acceptable.
And hurt rates are really nice. You're not going to see too much in the department of getting hit for too much more than that. But again, the 68 defense, I don't think you're too much worried about a Wraith. So this is a pretty good grind zone for SassageLink right now. But level 10 is just going to be a little bit disappointing as it gives him some power, just not enough HP to do anything with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And now he's starting to see the bad side of this zone. And the Blue Dragon is going to do enough to send him back to Tantagel for the 13th time.
And Blue Dragons, just it's rough at 36 agility, and Sassage checking that out, seeing that's where we're at right now. It's unfortunate, and no agility on the next level, as we know. Pav at level 10 and doesn't have anything more than just the strength and a magic point. That was a level.
Yeah, nice 801 coming up there. But Pav was grinding, has opted to go ahead and walk away from that zone again. The thing that's eluding these runners and may not exist, period, is that next level tier enemy zone. Like the Droll Magi, Druid Lord, Wolf Lord, Wyvern type zone. We've not seen any of that enemy at all.
We've seen a few Wolf Lords, but they've been real sparse. And again, I don't quite remember exactly where that zone was myself. So you're just kind of in the clutches of whatever you can find right now.
Yeah, it would be so nice to get one of those, because it can be very frustrating to fight lower tier enemies here. But looks like Pav's going to try and find a little something different to get out here and either find or grind. Finds a nice little dead end area with swamp. But meanwhile, Sassage going to try and get at level 10. It looks like he's just over 100 away from disappointment.
Yep, and Pav is closing in on 11. He needs it. That's what he's really looking for, is that real good zone. I mean, but the swamp cave zone is not awful, as we did see some pretty decent enemies, but we also did see a few things that were not pretty nice either. And another red dragon here tonight. Oh, the police are out in full force.
Yeah, buddy, and there we go. Lucky number 13 for Pav, even up the death counters on both sides, and level 10 incoming for SassageLink. We got less than 200 for Pav to get to the next level. Would love to see him try and just grab that real fast. I know none of the zones seem to be optimal, but level 11 could be our salvation. We never know.
You got to think that the look of disappointment on SassageLink's face when he sees a big strength gain, one magic point, here's a couple spells. Have fun.
Yeah, a couple spells that we really don't care about at this point, and that's half the fun. But yeah, I think Pav is definitely just like, let me kill everything. He's killing a magician, back to dealing with the metal scorpions. Blue Dragon's back to killing SassageLink. He's going back home and takes a 1-point lead in the death counter.
Yeah, I mean, this one's just like we've said multiple times, HP not there. You have enough HP to just do nothing.
Yeah, all the enemies in the world, all the gear in the world, but no ability to kill them.
And I mean, even if we had hurt or heal more at this point, heal more is not going to do much when some of this stuff is hitting for 25, 35, 41. You're not doing a whole lot.
Yeah, this is pretty intriguing watching both of them play through this. The seed for how much it gave us early is choosing not to be free, and I kind of appreciate the seed for doing that. We were in a jet, we hit the gas, but we had forgot to fill the tank.
Yeah, we got up to that 36,000 cruising altitude, and then we just kind of cut the engine. So, yeah, at this point, it is just when does it hit? And that's, again, that could be any time. It also could be 14, 15, even 16.
Well, here we go. A Droll dying now. We are tasting level 11 on Pav's side. 2 more enemies, maybe, unless we get the Metal Scorpion. Yeah, it looks like we're going to need 2 enemies. And we'll see if level 11 finally frees Pav up to take on a little bit more.
Yep, and a big Demon Knight takedown as SassageLink is starting to catch up a little bit here. Looks like he's found him a good little spot here. Scorpions, Demon Knights, and I'm very surprised. I mean, the Demon Knight grind usually isn't what you want to see, but it's what he's going with.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a little lighter fight, but 6-3-1-11 sleep. So level 11 still not the salvation, and our last 2 levels have been Big and MP. And who could have ever seen that coming? Not this commentator.
Nope. This is one of those that nothing feels good. And no, we've not seen Hawk spike. Nope, we haven't seen either spike. Nobody has gone to a spike tile yet.
Yeah, it looked like both of them had thoughts of checking at one point or another, at least in the Hawksness, and enemies decided otherwise. That zone not free. Blue Dragons and Stonemen in it. And no one's given. I mean, to be honest, I can understand not checking either spike. They're both fairly accessible, and we have 0 chance at dealing with them unless something is 75% stop spell.
Agreed. Well, and with Pav having sleep now, that could change a little bit if either of the spike tiles are a Stone Man. But again, they are still going to hit like a Mack truck with him being 49 defense. Sassage would have a better shot with that once he gets his sleep, but I mean, it's still really iffy.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, heck, we could even sleep maybe a green dragon if it's on the spike and get lucky, especially with the Hawk spike that might have one of our key items, most hopefully the stones below it. But yeah, it's just it's a lot of work for very, very little payoff. Again, though, there's just not. I like the zone Sassage is in. I hope he sticks with it. As we saw, Pav just walked right past it, hasn't taken advantage or understood it yet. And we just need to find the zone that's going to let us keep progressing through the seed.
Yeah, any other time we're looking at Demon Knights and we're thumbing our nose at it, whatever. At this point in time, though, Sassage is like, I am going to make this what it is right now.
Yeah, and at one point here, we saw Pav had a nearly 600 XP point advantage, and this is almost completely erased at this point with this Demon Knight going down in level 11 coming in for SassageLink.
It is on the money for them both being at the exact same experience total now. So Sassage, seeing that he still is probably going to grind this zone as he got 1 HP out of that. Again, it's a grind, and 3,000 isn't too far away as you're getting 90 apiece. So yeah, this should be interesting.
Yeah, I like this a lot. It's not the safest zone by any stretch. The Demon Knight's still not a safe fight by any stretch. But he's getting great value out of it. If you die, you're back here in no time at all. And the Tide experience point has been broken with that Demon Knight. Meanwhile, Pav continually sees Grave up here, has been denied multiple times, most notably by a Red Dragon as of late. And is going to go back that way again, but I see this Wyvern. I want to see what's with it right now. Find out.
Right, and that's just south of Hawksness there. So, ooh, that's rough. Wyverns and Red Dragons, unless that's a zone change, that's a rough spot for Wyverns to be in.
Yeah, and I think it might be a zone change because we've seen the Red Dragon several tile sets north of that as well. But it's hard to tell, to be quite honest, until we get a little bit more info by someone walking around that area. But we know there's the Axe Knight in that Red Dragon zone for sure. Axe Knight not ideal with DL2. There's a death for SassageLink. But I think he comes right back.
Oh, yeah, I 100% guarantee you he comes right back to this grind. He's been having good success with getting away from these blues, so it's not so bad. But again, the Demon Knights are being quite generous with him. They're not equipped with anything dangerous. They're not really throwing out too much at him. And Pav is going to try and get to Grave here from a different direction and manages to pull it off.
Well, there we go. We'll see how he wants to play this. He's aware of the Silver Shield's existence. We'll have a gold grind eligible out of this. We know the top is absolutely nothing at all. But will he try to dive this also?
And I think, with as bad as the seed feels, he may go, oh no, he's going to just completely nope out. He's got his top, or he's just checking out the zone here.
Yeah, checking out the zone, maybe just looking to take a death. He knows there's scary stuff here, but is Either way, he's going to be walking back and forth for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, since we've seen bottom of mountain, we know that red dragons are in this zone. I think we saw an Axe Knight take out SassageLink when he tried to start his dive, and that's exactly what Pav was looking for. No, Pav got away from the red.
Wow, and from the Axe Knight, both very sketchy zone right there for sure. But yeah, has opted to decide that he wants to stay alive and will not hang out here. So not immediately at least looking for a gold grind. We'll see what he finds from here.
And Sassage seeing the dodge finally happen as the Demon Knight takes him down. He'll be back in that zone pretty quick. And a red dragon taking Pav immediately after that. Man, oh man, this seed is just being brutal tonight.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I don't know that he necessarily is processing it as us sitting on the sideline, but that red dragon was fairly far north of where he had that wyvern encounter. I want to see what that zone is with the wyvern. Get back over there.
Indeed, because that was craziness. That was the first wyvern we saw all game. I would be running back to it. And of course, Pav still has to get his heart because he has not been able to get to those coordinates. There's a Wolf Lord there. So not a bad thing for him to see is it's 52 experience points. Our runners are, once again, neck and neck on the experience grind here.
Yeah, and he wisely comes over to this here zone, and it is in a desert, and I'm almost positive this is the next zone north of that disgusting red dragon armor knight zone. So he might have just hit gold.
Yep, Pay Dirt is there. SassageLink's right back in his spot too. So this is good. We'll have to see what else is with this Wolf Lord, but that seems to be what's in the zone. It is just strictly a Wolf Lord zone so far.
Yeah, oops, all Wolf Lords here, and the Wolf Lords, they can hit us moderately, but it's a fairly free fight overall. There's another dodge by a Demon Knight, and that's the volatility with the Demon Knight. You live by the 90, you die by the 90, but I mean, this is 5 straight Wolf Lords now, I think?
Indeed. So, Wolf Lord is a big piece, and, Sassage just probably thinks that desert was full of red dragons and armored knights, so he's probably written that area off completely. But the repel here is strong for Pav, so he is able to just see the Wolf Lords, I think. So good call for Pav here as a green dragon pops in.
Okay, that's your mildew right there. That's the not ideal to see it. We'd love. Oh, okay, it gets even better now. 2 or 3 enemies that we've seen so far are enemies that are not attainable for us, and that stinks.
Yep, but the immediate Hakai amongst that with 64 will give him another 52 experience points. So I think he's found right where he needs to be.
Yeah. Or are we taking a north-south across 2 zones? No, he's in the top, so that stinks.
Yeah, that was a bit rough, but he does know that this grind zone here is not terrible. I mean, the one thing is the red dragons, but they weren't super prevalent there. It's a good grind zone, but man, it's hard pickings right now as trying to find a decent zone to mid-game grind.
Yeah, it sure is, and I would love this knight if I had that silver shield, especially because it hits pretty hard. He is, as well as this connects, going to be able to take it down, but as you can see, not a lot of life left when you get through it.
Yeah, that's just the one piece about these low HPs. You have just enough to attempt, and you can only afford to low roll one time before it's going to cost you.
Yeah, we're strong enough to where we can 2-shot, and we're definitely going to on this one here. So that's the ideal scenario. Go first, 2-shot. Much better than eking out a 3-shot.
Well, right now our runners are trying to make the most of it as Pav has retaken the experience lead, but not by much. Sassage just trying to find his own. We know that Wyvern zone is just south of Hawksness. And Hawksness isn't terrible. It does have blue dragons, which, again, we're still not running from. It has Stonemen, which we can put to sleep now, but it's still a rough zone.
Absolutely, and the Spectre gets the jump on us, but he's damage broken. He's going to go down and have us less than 100 to go for level 12.
And Sassage is right back in here. He's going right back to Hawksness to give it another shot. Blue Dragons was able to run from that one. and going to get full HP again.
All right, well, Pav almost assuredly going to get this level, barring catastrophe here, and gets first action on this knight. Does a very nice swing, high possibility at a 2-shot, easy money there, level 12.
Yeah, and that was huge, and let's see if it is huge as we get 11 power, 2 speed, 11 hit points, and 8 magic. That is rather large as we now kind of have the ability to swing at better things. And again, these knights are now no longer a concern. They're still hitting hard, but they're not as concerning now that you have more HP to do with.
Yeah, I mean, level 12, we get a 25% increase in our HP is giant for sure. We're up to 10 heal mores if we ever get heal more. But straight looking pretty promising for where we're at level 12. Agility's still lagging a bit. But yeah, we definitely need more HP to be survivable on the enemy sets we've seen around this overworld.
Yeah, this is the one place you have a small reprieve right now in this cave, because you're not seeing anything extremely dangerous. But it's not exactly free either, because things can still dodge, things can still hit like Mack trucks, so you have to be real careful.
Well, it looks like we're going to see Pav hanging out for a little bit here. We'll see how long that lasts. Meanwhile, SassageLink out here in a desert straight west and has a Wraith, and we'll see how this desert area plays out for SassageLink.
I think this is one of the deserts we saw Pav walking around in earlier, because we're seeing Wraiths and things of that nature. So I think this was a pretty close to what Pav was running in earlier, but I think he did end up seeing something he didn't like, so he bounced out of here as he just didn't want to grind on these Wraiths the whole time.
Well, I mean, so far, so Blue Dragon. All right, so yeah, Trash. It might even end up being the same Dagon zone that Hawksness was. But the Blue Dragon's going to say nope, just shy of level 12 for SassageLink. Pav, meanwhile, continuing to feast on some knights here, slowly progressing towards 13, which is at 4125.
Yeah, Pav's found his zone now. He's found a nice little grind spot. He's able to do something with it. Sassage is still just trying to find something out here on the overworld, and unfortunately, nothing is safe out here.
Yeah, it's interesting as we're nearing the hour mark, just how go they were, especially SassageLink earlier on, just continually throwing ourselves out to the overworld, trying to find things. But as we've located the things, the go has just been go back to try and grind, or go to try and find another zone. But that is a very nice green dragon kill. Not going to be very typical, but level 12.
And a small smile on Sassage's face as he sees those stats and thinks, okay, I can do a little bit more now, but not much more. I mean, 15 for that green dragon. Not letting him get away with that 39 agility, though.
Yeah, that's more of the typical Green Dragon experience that I would have expected. We also hit pretty decent on him to be able to two-shot a Green Dragon at 115 attack power, but Pav, using Repel, has cut out some of the lower-level enemies here, and maybe all of the lower-level enemies. We are going very long between encounters, and I think it's only been knights. So I think the XP is actually dropping on average for him because we're not taking those extra fights.
Indeed, he has had Repel up. He's only seeing knights at this point, which, without that silver shield is good for him. But, it's rough, man. You're still looking at things. You're still hoping. And there's another Rogue Scorpion for Sassage, so another big pickup. And now that he's at 115 attack power.
Yeah, I mean, heck, what was this zone? I mean, at this point, we've seen so many zones, it's hard to... Never mind. There we go. There's your tainted zone. Are we repelling? I would love to see Pav run out of repel and bring those other enemies back in, but instantly throws repel on. I think his XP per minute has dropped since he's been using repel.
Indeed, and unfortunately, the Green Dragon get a back attack on Sassage, but he's still going to make a shot at this here. I'm hoping for at least 2 or 3 shot on this, and he's not going to get it. He's going to have to try and run, and nope, not going to happen. This Green Dragon's still hitting pretty hard.
Yeah, even with that extra HP, still pretty sketchy. A lot better odds though if he goes in and gets first action.
Yeah, agreed with chat there. If he can get the shot first, Green Dragons can probably reliably be taken in 3 shots. So, a big thing for Sassage to note if he can just get it. But again, with 41 agility, we're still getting back attacked by quite a few things.
And I'll be honest, from Sassage's perspective, having known that I just killed a Green Dragon, not that it's going to help us kill anything more. If you're so inclined, you could go make a run at the Hawk Spike. Or check this Swamp Spike and see if a green's there. And as long as you get to go first, you have decent odds of getting it, like we noted.
Agreed. And he's going to right back on the Demon Knight. 1 shots him for 90 more, and that is a helpful piece for him. But and looks like Pav's going to go check Spike and see what he's got, and it is an Armored Knight on the Spike and Swamp. That's rough.
Yeah, that's a nope right now. But he does get away with that ridiculously high 41 agility. We're at peak hero level of agility. So gets away, goes right back into the grind, is keeping his rappel up. So we're seeing Knights in between a lot of walking.
Yep, this here is this agility is a hero walk country for some. And Haley throws it out there. Will be another 15 before we learn what's on the Hawks to Spike. Probably so, as SassageLink gets hammered down before he can get over there.
Yeah, Red Dragons continuing to victimize our runners, as have been the Blue Dragons, the Armor Knights, the Green Dragons, the Stonemen, the Axe Knights, and probably a few other enemies.
Yeah, it's been pretty rough, man. You see the things that you normally want to see in a seed like this with early equipment starts and things of that nature, but then you see this HP and you're like, why? Just why, game? Do you not like me?
Yeah, it gave us the hero kit. Just forgot to include the hero stats.
Well, our heroes here are trying to get there, and it looks like Sassage is going for it again. He's going to try and get there. This is going to be entertaining, I think, at best. But if Sassage can get in there and check that spike tile, and he finds a green dragon, this could be big.
Well, here we go. We know the zone's not entirely free, but okay to walk through. We hero walk straight through, and we have the blue dragon. We've seen him a few times.
Oh, that is painful to see. You've got armored knights on one end, blue dragons on the other. Just ouch.
Well, he's gonna get chopped off, get first action, and give this a go. It's not entirely impossible, as we see a 22 there. He's got to roll really high here.
And not enough as that last one low rolls. The first two give him decent shots. The last one just doesn't roll out the way he needed it, and it's going to send him home. Real close, but not enough.
Yeah, we just need to either be able to four-shot or roll real high. Meanwhile, Pav has opted to finally let Repel fall off. Has been taking on some of those other enemies, and I think he's starting to go up a little faster now. The Knight's also huge. Again, 41.25 for level 13, so we are under 200 away.
And Sassage trying to think here what's going to be the good spot, and I think he's going over to Swamp to go see. Yep, that's exactly where he's going, to go see the spike over here, and he's about to get the bad news on this too.
Yeah, and to be honest, he's not repelling, so maybe he'll see the enemies in here and get the same info that Pav has. He does see the Wraith and the Trakima. Does need to better see the Knight. The Knight's a really nice enemy in this zone.
Yeah, so right now, Sassage starting to get some information here. He hasn't seen a Knight yet, but he did see the Wraiths. He sees Drakimas in here. This could be a good grind spot if he's just seeing Wraiths and things like that, and as soon as he sees the Knight, even better. But there is the Armored Knight, and that's going to feel real rough right now.
Yeah, you got to do just crit strats on an Armored Knight at this level. It's got 1 HP, but not going to get released going back home again.
Well, we've got 13. Let's see what she looks like. 13 power 5 speed, maximum HP by 20 and magic by 7. That is a massive level. No spells, but hey, that was exactly what you needed statistically.
Yeah, that's a huge step in the direction we need. The lack of heal more does stink a little bit because while we can do some decent damage to some bigger enemies, we just don't have the capacity to live long enough to do so. Though that blue dragon and hawks is much more attainable at this point.
Oh, most definitely agreed. And Sassage just finding all of the bad things as he comes back out. It is feeling rough for him right now. And Pav looks like he's going to go and try and find him a shield right now as he is, keys and hopefully a shield because he is definitely hurting in the defense department. But that shield, even a large one, would help him out considerably right now.
Yeah, absolutely agreed. Defense would be very nice here at this point. No shields at all in this shop here, and we'll see how this plays out for Pav. We've got, gosh, you want to do stuff now that you got the 75, but the lack of humor really makes this difficult because we just don't have the in-between enemies.
Well, I mean, this is either going to be he's going to pop right back in there where the knights and things are, or he may make a shot over to Hawksness to check out that other spike tiles. He doesn't know the blue dragon's over there. Or he's going to try and finish his count.
Oh, yeah, that's very fair. I forgot all about that. The harp just waiting over here along the coast. Pav so long ago tried 5-6 times over a couple different attempts and was unsuccessful. So, you know what they say, 7 times the charm?
Something like that. But, Sassage still trying to find a decent spot here. He's finding wolves again. Just this enemy set is just not fun because you get a couple of nice things and then you get something dangerous thrown in with it. You get a couple of nice things, some dangerous thrown in with it. It's just rough. But again, he had the drop on the blue dragon and didn't take the shot and is seeing the low rolls and then sees a bigger one. Unfortunately, blue dragon going to send him home again.
Yeah, it sure is. Meanwhile, Pav finally gets the run. One style, I think he went one too high. There we go. Silver harp in hand. The game finally took pity on him.
So the most guarded piece is now in both runners' hands, and he knows where the music man is, and going to take out this green dragon with no problems as he is able to swing out on it completely at 128 attack power.
And seeing the green dragon makes me think outside that armored knight, which we know is in this zone as well. But we had that zone just outside, up above there, where the 2 caves were in, and you had the Wolf Lord Green Dragon in that zone with a werewolf as well. Those are all attainable enemies. Werewolf a little bit dodgy, but beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah, and right now Sassage is just trying to get this level. If he can get it, it's a breakout piece. And it gives him free shot at these blues. I mean, it's still rough for Pav as he doesn't have quite the defense that Sassage has. But again, 128, you can maybe luck out and swing out if you can get first shot.
Yeah, you sure can. But it looks like Sassage going to give his luck a run again here at the grave. The Red Dragon has some things to say about that. We get another attempt to run here, maybe 2, depending on how the rolls go. 0 for 2 on running, does survive to the 3rd attempt, but will not be successful.
Well, and you know what they say, agility is indeed just a number, and unfortunately that number is not near high enough.
Yeah, that's for sure. The game, we're at that level of agility where technically we should be fairly okay to attempt to run from most things, but the red things will not play ball. Looks like we're going to go looking for a shield here in Rimbledar.
And I don't think either runner checked the thing here, and we do have a large shield, so that is going to be a huge piece for Pav as he now has a little bit more defense, and that blue dragon looking even more tasty for him now.
Yeah, that's a big pickup, and I think that's going to prevent Pav from caring about anything else further. At this point, I don't think that Silver Shield's even on mine. He's getting some good swings on this blue dragon after getting first action. It's going to get a big 180 right there.
And that's huge to know. And when he does go in there and see it's on the spike tile, that's going to be even better. It's going to feel better for Pav here as he's able to just swing out on it and do what he's got to do. So Pav's now found him a little grind spot.
Yeah, I think we're gonna live here, whether we want to or not. Whether we like blue dragon grinds or not, I think we're gonna try to live here at least. The issue is that right there. You gotta go first.
Yep, and he's able to get away, so he'll get a heal in here. But the other piece to this is going to be, if this is Death Necklace, we've got a deep grave or a deep mountain dive to go.
Yeah, we've left chests in both locations. We know where they're at, and let's see how this all goes. This will be interesting. This could be nothing. It could be neither of them, to be honest. But we know what we're shooting for. He has kind of load rolled, and I think he saw that and got out of that fight.
And a good run at least there to get out and recharge once more. Try this again. Again, the rolls have got to be there still. Even at 128 attack power, it's not a free fight right now.
Yeah, especially when the Blue Dragon does a 33 back at us. Yeah, I mean, we have to high roll this. We rolled low on the 2, and we still high rolled and wasn't. Oh my gosh, 1 HP man. We're going to pull off a force swing, which I never thought was going to be possible with that opener by the blue.
And he gets it, and the Stones of Sunlight are there, so big pick up there for Pav. Now Pav in grind and go mode, as he just needs the HP to get there, and hopefully a little bit more agility. But yeah, this is a huge thing for Pav right now.
This has been an amazing seed. The freest stuff at the beginning, for those that joined us a little late, our runner started with 18 strength at level 1. They had the return spell, got to keep their key. They got another 13 strength at level 2. We find the sword immediately next door. We get that together. We have or downstairs in the tab, but we get all the attack power. The armor's just next door in Garenham. And, it's looking like a jet, and then we are the sickliest hero ever and just can't find our health finally coming around. Starting at level 13, it looks like, and there's a rainbow.
And, you wonder if you take a look at the first floor Charlock to see if you can get some greens and blues, if you can get some interesting bits and pieces and maybe level there on first floor Charlock. But again, you've got guaranteed blues there in Hawksness. And you have taken it down again. Not a free fight, but a grindable fight.
Yeah. You know what else is grindable? This green dragon here for Sassage. If this is a decent enough zone. We've seen them in a couple zone areas, but it's been mixed results. In fact, there's a green dragon there for Pav as well. I mean, it's a fantastic enemy right now. These are almost assuredly free. As we're seeing, we're going to easily 2-shot on many occasions, at worst 3-shot, unless it gets dodgy on us for whatever reason. We have the HP to overcome it. We can heal afterwards. So looks like we're going to give this zone a shot, at least on Pav's side.
Yeah, they're kind of looking at the same zones, but kind of not. And we're going to see a sleep strat on the Stone Man. We're probably going to see the Stone Man go down because it's experience, right? Yeah,
again, another non-enemy that we'd like to grind, but right now the Stone Man is fantastic. I hate to say that out loud. It's one of the best enemies we can get, especially if you can keep it asleep.
One of those phrases that never feels good coming out as you say it. It's just rough. But Sassage has found wolves and green dragons over here, so he's got him a good zone. Pav's got him a good zone now, so this is going to be entertaining to see who makes out first at 14 and see what 14 brings us. Again, we're still behind in a few things, but it could go north real quick.
Yeah, it sure can. I mean, we're about to hit level 14 over here on Pav's side. 5625 needed at this point, and we're under 300 away. He does get another blue dragon down there with the initial go, and I'm wondering with what we're seeing now if we're just west of where that green dragon zone was and moved into a different zone with the blue dragon Stone Man, because we've not seen a green dragon come back since he got to the desert.
Yeah, that's a pretty good thought process. But yeah, again, Sassage is, I mean, if he hits repel, he is pretty much seeing only green dragons at this point, and it is paying off pretty effectively because he's only taking a minor amount of damage. He's only having to use a couple of heals, and he goes right back to it.
Yeah, for sure. And not too long ago, we were just over 1,000 point experience point advantage for Pav, and we can see how that's closed. Now, the thing to remember here is Sassage does have to go kill a blue dragon on a spike tile, and to be honest, he knows where that's at. He knows where the He knows where the rainbow drop is, so it's not that much time into the homework side, 60 seconds or so. But we'll see how that all plays out. This is all going to come down to what we're grinding here at the end, who gets better encounter luck and rates, who doesn't get ambushed by blue dragons, and where we go once we're able to kill bigger things, which I think is, especially if we get hurt more of the Armored Knight.
And then the other major piece to this is, when does Heal More arrive? I mean, we have 3 more levels till it's guaranteed, but man, it's rough to see right now with no Heal More and 75 HP. You hate to see it, but at the same token, this is a great race for our guys to watch here.
Yeah, this is interesting. It's one of the sloggiest jets I've seen in a while, and we're finally starting to see it take off here. The Stoneman does get the jump on us, and we're going to run as a result of that. I don't mind that run. Get topped off, and if you get him again, then put him to sleep. But next enemy we can take down past sides. The level not too far behind at this point is SassageLink, already over 5,000 XP.
Yeah, the greens here and his encounter luck has really brought him back into this race. Again, he's still got to go into Hawksness, and he's still got to do it. But it looks like Pav is just done with it, and he's heading back to Hawksness for the Blue Dragon grind here.
Well, here we go. I mean, if you're waiting to get a blue dragon on the overworld, you might as well go where you're getting one every other step. Again, it's volatile. You have to roll well, hope it doesn't roll too high, and go first. But level 14 could eliminate any need for any of that volatility with the stats that it's about to show us. But unfortunately, we low rolled that third swing. Blue dragon is successful on this kill.
And a green dragon or something to that nature puts SassageLink right back in the lead experience-wise. So yeah, this is going to be, again, as you stated, encounter luck. And right now, Sassage is getting that encounter luck really in his favor.
Yeah, it's not the ideal zone for SassageLink. It truly isn't. Seeing that slime but not wanting to repel out the other things, kind of obnoxious, but he's going to tolerate it. He knows how close he's to this level. And, we finally have settled into a grind. The grind is better than the grind you don't. Just sit it, stick with it. The level will come. You can make a decision at that point.
Yeah, and there's a big green dragon for Pav and 14. 14 is 3 power, 2 speed, 2 hit points, 1 magic point, no spells. We are continuing on that grind. Oh, my.
Yeah, I think these heroes want a refund on that level. I think they just got robbed a little bit, but that's kind of humorous. But we got green dragons over here for Pav as well in this little hilly area, so we'll see how this plays out. This is gonna be real interesting. We are so tight on experience. We like we said, 60 to 90 seconds for Sassage to go do the last little bit of homework, which I assume he'll do the blue dragon before trying a third attempt at diving grave. There's level 14 for him as well. So it's all about who gets the encounter luck and gets this leveling to get to heal more stats and move forward.
And it honestly wouldn't surprise me if Sassage heads over to Hawksness to give that spike a little bit of a poke now with 77 HP, 131 attack power, and 74 defense. He is tanking a bit more damage than Pav is, so blue dragons are a little freer for him, I believe.
Yeah, I think most people overestimate defense, at least in my opinion. Everybody freaks out about 60-something defense on dives. I think it's perfectly fine if you're getting hit for 53, 54 by the Dragon Lord and such. So he's only knocking off like 2 to 4 hit damage per swing, somewhere in that neighborhood. So it's not huge. It's not nothing, that's for sure. But it's still extremely volatile at 77. I mean, we only gained to 2 HP. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it works out for him if he goes there and what he opts to do if he is successful.
And Pav finally finding the right zone, too. He is getting a lot of green dragons here right outside of Garenham. So a big advantage for Pav as he's finally found a spot that is easily attainable for some experience here. And he's quickly moving his way towards 15.
All right. Well, Sassage, interesting play here, I guess. Sassage going to go try and finalize exploration through this mountain cave. I guess it'll give us some closure and knowledge. Maybe Death Necklace is in here. We're quickly approaching that Death Necklace HP and all wink wink. But we'll see if he can get there or not. It's not a free zone here, that's for sure.
No, because we do know that the reds are down here on the bottom, and that is what sent him home. A magic key for one of the lost chests, and there's that red dragon rearing his ugly head. But hey, Sassage gets away.
Yeah, and we're seeing the efforts of staying on a grind versus not. I mean, this was essentially tied experience-wise, and that quickly we got about 650 to 700 XP lead right now.
And not anything down in the bottom of grave. This has to feel bad for Sassage as he was trying and hoping that stones were there and he didn't have to go back to Hawksness.
Yeah, that's a little. I still think that's a little strange of a play. I mean, I get it's 2 checks and all. It's not a guarantee. We haven't seen the belt knowledge to know that Hawks would be populated, but it's right there, and it's an enemy you can attain and kill at this point. I mean, heck, we've seen it die at a level earlier, so with less defense, in fact.
And I think the play here is Sassage is making his way over to Hawksness. He's going to take a quick rest here to refill resources, and we'll see a Blue Dragon grind for him coming up.
Yeah, meanwhile, this zone paying dividends for Pav. He is rocketing straight through level 14. We're already over 7,000 experience. Just got to get to 7,500 for level 15. We got a 50% chance at level 15 to get this heal more. Hurt more would not be turned down as well, though.
Well, let's see Sassage get those stones, and he sees the stone man, probably going to try and put it to sleep, and he does. I say swing out on its experience.
Yeah, I think that's a bad run. I mean, it's not free. Nothing's free. Let's be real. But would have loved to see him try it. Probably going to try and run here because Blue Dragon gets the drop on him. Does get away. We'll top off. Go back in. We just want to go first. We're not asking for much.
No, not asking for much at 48 agility, but he does get the final first shot and gets a 36 on the jump streak with a 16 attack against him. So big numbers for Sassage here.
There we go. Blue down. Stones acquired. He is into the grind and go outside of picking up a rainbow, which we've been past a couple times. And it's down to grinds, but here we go. We have a little over 1,000 point XP lead on Pav's side. Sitting on this dedicated grind, getting a lot of Green Dragon encounters over here. The zone is pretty nice.
Yeah, this is what he wanted to see, a level or two ago, and now he's found it. It's going to get him 15 here in just a second, and hopefully we see something to make this at least way more. But again, you've got 2 levels to go, and there's potential that heal and hurt more both could just be there at 16.
Yeah, we got ambushed over here by a Green Dragon, but a casual 46 followed by a 25 will be enough to get us across that threshold to level 15, bringing us the stats of 1 power, 3 agility. There's our HP, 41, 11. None of the spells. We're going to 16 regardless, but then 16 is absolutely go. We just hope for more agility. This is where it's going to be very interesting. We got guaranteed 16 go, but that agility is trash.
Yeah, and oh man, it's rough goings. So, going down into Charlock, you're going to have a lot of monsters that you're not going to be able to run from. This doesn't feel great. It doesn't feel great at all.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think a lot will be on what does the game decide to do outside of the spells at level 16. What stats are we going to look at? Just crit move, very well done there on the Blue Dragon. But yeah, we're down to hilarity at this point. From our perspective, unfortunately for the heroes, they might not be finding it as funny.
But Sassage is making work of these Blue Dragons. It is playing in his favor. The RNG right now is just giving Sassage everything he needs to try and get back into this, and he is definitely doing so. He has cut this experience lead considerably since he got into here to Hawksness.
No, he's absolutely made the right decision to sit on this Blue Dragon. Meanwhile, we're going to have Pav right behind him, though. Pav with all this extra HP. These Blue Dragons are, even if they ambush, they are completely free fights now, regardless of heal more. You just got that obnoxious task of a lot of baby heals afterwards. That's the only bad thing with heal more's late is a lot of baby heals and menuing. But yeah, we're going to see a lot of blue dragons dying until we see level 16 on both ends. And we'll find out what the game decides 16 is going to be. I'm excited for this.
Yeah, we do. At this point, a double-digit agility boost is helpful. It really is, not only defensively, but for our runner's sanity, at least, as we're able to try and run away from a few more things. But again, going down into Sharlock with all the red monsters that are down there, running is going to be really hard.
Yeah, I'm guessing 2, 3, 3, 15. We're not gonna give them the agility here. We're gonna give them all the extra MP to where they have to use their brains and figure out where they want to optimize their heal more strategies as they get repeatedly run blocked over and over. That would be fun from my perspective. But we'll see if the game's nicer than I am to them.
I'm right there with you. I mean, these people came to watch a race, and my goodness, that is what they're getting a hold of right now. As this is definitely really nice, and of course, we get Sassage getting back in the triple digits, knowing that this blue dragon is free now, with no issues, and minor heals along the way. But yeah, the experience gap is now completely narrowed as Sassage made the right move coming back in here on these blues.
Yeah, this is going to be an amazing finish. I mean, we have Pav ever so slightly ahead on experience. We have Sassage still needing to go pick up that rainbow drop as well. But if agility truly does stay this low, no matter how many memes I like to talk about agility being in like the sweet spot through like 62, 64 agility before it starts overflowing, we are going to be in a complete RNG factor on what they encounter and run luck in Sharlock away from who takes this victory.
And the other main thing is we haven't really seen much out of the Red Dragon except for Bite More. Heal More could still be a thing.
Yeah, buddy. That's a very fair statement there. It'll be interesting as well because we haven't seen it. I'm assuming it's going to be 25%. We saw it on the very first Axe Knight. It opened with a DL2 breath. All the Axe Knights since have just swung their axe or we've ran from them. But, if we get into several Axe Knights and we're starting to take some DL2 breaths as well, that's less than ideal.
Yeah, but again, both runners just dedicated into this grind, and RNG working in both favors as they are just swinging out here. Sassage, I think, getting the better luck as far as the swings go, but again, they're right there with each other. The only advantage right now, Pav has the drop as Sassage has to go get it. But again, it's not that far from Sharlock, so it's not that bad.
Yeah, agreed. And as chat's been noting, Sassage's been trying to extend the slightly extra heel walking afterwards. It is allowing Pav to kind of extend his lead ever so slightly. I mean, it's nominal. It's an extra blue dragon right now, but every little bit counts. I mean, like we've been saying, this is going to be super tight here, and the issue is Pav's going to get this on this go round. He's got the needed MP to get through this. SassageLink has got to go top off at this point, so there's no point prolonging the inevitable.
And if I'm Sassage, I just head back to Garenham, which is not far from here, and grab my drop and do that real quick before I come back over. That way it's just out of the way, and all I got to do is get my next level.
Yeah, and from a note in chat, who wants to try and get 16 on the dive, I think the lack of heal more would probably preclude them from wanting to do that, plus the inability to run from things they may need to run from accordingly. So it most likely would be a death wish. It could pay off, as with anything in this game. It could pay off. Doesn't mean it's odds favorite to do so. I think the clear choice for both would be to stay on this spike. This next blue dragon for Pav is going to be just a bit short. We'll see if he just does another blue from there or starts walking and hopes to pick something up on the way to a top off.
And Sassage just deciding not to go back to Garenham. He's just going to hit Rim here, hit a quick repel, and head back over to his grind. So not a bad call. I get it. Just have to wait and see, though. And just short for Pav here as he gets a quick heal in. And one last blue dragon will give us 16, and we'll see what things look like from there.
Yeah, buddy, here we go. One more blue dragon. I think it doesn't matter what we could get quad zeros. I think you're required to try this dive at this point. The game is telling you to go win the game, even if You're not, even if you keep tripping over your own feet with the agility number we got. But here we go. Level 16 coming in strong with 5 power. There's some agility, 8 hit points, 2 magic, radiant, heal more, and hurt more, as always going to happen.
That is, as some of my wonderful other communities I am in, that's nail in the coffin, dagger, if you will, but that is the money shot there, sir. Time to go.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, for me personally, that 64 agility is just like the money agility for being able to run in Sherlock. Maybe I just got the broken ROM or something. But yeah, for some reason, it just seems to always work so well. I have no clue why. But we'll see how this goes. We have a lot. We have bonus magic at this point with that 137 attack power. We have moderately okay odds to run from most everything except the reds. And, sometimes the game decides. We have tons of bonus MP or HP here as well to absorb. So we're in a very good position. Not free. Nothing's free. This game will teach you that over the years. But I think he's in a good position.
Indeed. And again, we've only seen a couple enemies break out the DL2, and it's been very limited. We haven't seen anything landing hurt more or anything like that, but there's a golem, and Pav is able to get away, so he is making this first floor pretty easy. But there's our first red dragon of the dive, and this ought to be entertaining as he tries to get away here.
Yeah, and it's not just the red dragon and trying to get away here as we're futilely doing it. It's the ambush that adds to that, because we're guaranteed the run after 3 attempts. The 4th attempt is guaranteed. Unfortunately, he took 4 big hits there because he got the ambush as well. Wisely using the heal more on it, and it feels bad to have to use the first heal more on the upstairs.
Yeah, and this has just been real rough with that kind of luck. And Sassage was 1 shot away as well, but he's going to see his level after this blue dragon, and he's going to be coming up right behind Pav. So, man, hold on to your shorts, because it's fixing to get interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. There's the stats for Sassage. He knows he's got to know he's got to go at this point. The issue's going to, and there's another ambush red dragon on Pav's side, but he's still got to go get his rainbow. Hopefully he remembers that. But we are run-failing reds. We are repeatedly run-failing reds. And we're going to try, and we get away again. And here goes the herbs.
Yeah, the diamond floor not being, this is long floor. So long floor not being very nice, as reds have been showing up quite significant. And Sassage seeing a red, he's just swinging out on it. He's like, I'm just going to not even try to run at this point.
Unfortunate for Pav, the red dragon evidently has 100% odds to ambush you at 64 agility. I didn't take that into my equation. He's going to take a death.
And now this swings things in Sassage's favor as he is moving towards Gierenham to pick up his drop. Again, it's not a far walk, but we could see this going both ways for these guys. Oh, that's right. It's not the back of Gierenham. It's right there. So, yeah, Sassage just needs to do a quick refill here in Gierenham and go.
Yeah, and that's surprising on Pav's side. I get not wanting to, it feels bad to use resources in the top zone, but he should be 4 heal mores to the positive. So he had only blown 1. He still had 3 heal mores to give. We're going to have simultaneous Gierenham shop purchases. We're going to go get a top off. I don't know how many herbs each of them needs, but this is absolutely a toss up at this point. Whatever the game wants to do to us.
Yeah, and Pav, being that he just came back from home, he's already at full resources. Sassage now grabbing full resources, going to hit a repel. This is going to be entertainment at its finest right now.
Yeah, so here we go. I mean, even getting back to Sherlock, not free. We just saw a green dragon, a blue dragon. What are we doing, Pav? Why is he coming in here now? We could have topped off in the Gierenham shop. I guess he wants that bonus heal because it's an extra 3 MP on top of a heal more. I don't know about this, but we'll see what happens.
Not 100% sure myself. I was just thinking, you're right there. You've all pretty much got full resources. Just go with it. But here we go. Sassage is down there, and Werewolf not letting him go on the first run, but the second one, he's going to get it.
Well, here we go. There's a Blue Dragon, Stone Man. We can't even get into Sharlock on Pav's side, but we're getting through the top 4 for Sassage. He hasn't seen the Red Menace yet. Dueling Werewolves. And we'll see if Pav has a little better luck coming through this top zone.
Yeah, Sassage taking a quick look at the agility and thinking, okay, we're just going to have to, there's a few things we're going to have to try and bite down on, and Kip things we're going to have to try and hopefully run on. But with this 126 HP, again, it's all going to come down to RNG of how some of this stuff comes down, and he gets a Green Dragon on this first floor.
Yeah, RNG not favoring Pav at all. Sassage still doesn't even know Red Dragons exist in this zone, while Pav has seen 2 on this go-round alone. Going to mercy roll this one, let alone the 4 he saw on the last dive. And Sassage through zone 1, no idea Red Dragons exist. It's amazing how this game works.
Diamond floor for Sassage is big, and he is cutting through it pretty easy. Is another Green Dragon. What is going on? Oh, the Green Dragon not letting you get away twice now.
Yeah, but that's okay. You see those swings from that Green Dragon. They're all in those teams. We can tank those very, very easily. We'll see how these zones appear. Okay, Green Dragon. So zone 2 so far, Green Dragon, and Green Dragon again.
Sassage is getting the RNG in his favor as far as the encounter RNG right now. Has not seen a single... Oh, there it is, the red pulling out there. And, yeah, Sassage not at full HP, just trying to get away, and manages on the second run.
Yeah, the not full HP now that we're seeing this, and it's the Armor, or the Axe Knight as well, which, as we just saw from Pav's side, DL2. He got DL2'd by the Axe Knight that he got run blocked from a second ago here in the top zone. So, zone 2 still a little scary. We're almost to zone 3 as soon as we make this turn and get down the stairs. We'll see if zone 3 treats our heroes any better, but still in very good position right now for SassageLink.
Oh, yeah, he's on the U floor and already halfway through it. Still full resources as far as his magic goes. This is Sassage's race to lose at this point.
Yeah, SassageLink getting the agility experience DK typically does at 64 agility, so maybe it's Rom's specific, but we'll see if this bottom zone, he is going to throw Fairy Water. I mean, there are wizards down here. We are repelling at least the wizards, so he might minimize some encounters. So far, zone 3 going well, though.
And look at this hero walk. He's already well over halfway, almost to the beach at this point. This is in Sassage's favor right now. Insanity.
Yeah, what the heck was that walk here, man? I mean, I guess every encounter must have just been a wizard, and he was dodging it. But Starwiver shows up with a little bit of baby breath. Not a big deal. Gets run blocked, but is coming around, heading down. We have a Spike Tile coming after this encounter.
Yeah, and the Spike Tile could be the equalizer. It's an Axe Knight, so not so bad. Even if you get hit with DL2, you have the heal where you can burn. But Sassage, once again, not seeing the DL2 from an Axe Knight. You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, never saw the DL2 from the Axe Knight during the seed. Pav saw it both times that at least I noticed it happened there. Sassage has no idea Reds were in the top zone. Had minimal issues with them in the middle zone. Bottom zone evidently has Armor Knights as well. Thank you, Pav, for showing us that, since Sassage also didn't see those.
Yeah, right now, Sassage in full control. You'd love to see it. The hero walk for Sassage, while Pav is now down here on the bottom floor, having every bit of worst luck possible to get down here. But hopefully he can get through here in another Armored Knight.
Well, here we go for Sassage. Into the Dragon Lord, 64 agility, obviously not going to get ambushed, and goes first. This is the freest of free fights. He's already at 34.
And all he's got to do here is just not miss menu. It's pretty easy for him at this point, and this is pulling off his favor big time for this RNG.
Yeah, this has been an amazing race to watch come down to it. We're up to 48 here. Still 12 heal mores to go. Get your guesses out in chat. How many heal mores will SassageLink have remaining once this fight's over? I'm guessing he'll have 5. He'll roll high.
Yeah, he's been rolling high. I'm going to stick with that. I may drop down to 4 just on one sheer insane shot.
Yeah, I think he's going to roll high, and with that 126, he's going to end up pulling out a double here. But we have Pav through the spike, finding yet another Armor Knight on the other end of it. Going to heal more again. Down a couple heal more. Still completely in position to take it should we get some kind of anarchy happening on SassageLink's end. Here we go.
And of course, watching Pav with the Dragon Lord skin, it's just a Spider-Man meme as they're both pointing at each other, calling each other fools.
Yeah, that is pretty funny. I didn't even think about that, but we're getting close here. From I've lost count. I'm terrible at counting Dragon Lord attacks, but the attacks have normalized down a little bit here. I noted we're doing 9 to 18, so that was a min roll there. But let's see how it goes. We probably 2 or 3 swings away, maybe 4.
Yeah, and he's now being down at the lower end, and Pav got ambushed into his fight, so he lost an attack there, where Sassage just was like, "Yep, I got this."
All right, down to 4 Healmores here for SassageLink, and I think he's almost guaranteed on one of these 2 swings, and there it is. Get your GGs out in chat for SassageLink. Going to take tonight's victory over Pav and move to 1 and 2, which he absolutely needed to really feel good and stay alive in his group. Very nicely done.
Yeah, that was what Sassage needed to see. He had the RNG, he had the encounter RNG, he had the real good rolls to start the fight. So yeah, Sassage really came back from this one. He was at one point well over 1,500 down and was able to pull this off with the official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 42 minutes, and 8 seconds. And right behind him, though, is Pav as he's finishing up his fight now, too.
Yeah, Pav getting some good rolls there and did get a double where Sassage never did officially do it. So did get a double there. I mean, he's absolutely in great position as well to take a victory here over the Dragon Lord and coming just behind. What a fun race. For having Erdrick's sword and armor under 10 minutes, at least on Pav's side, to go 1 hour 40 and change is absolutely something.
And the one thing you got to think is, did that rest in outside of Gierenham make a difference when you went to Rimmeldar and took a rest instead?
Yeah, it's fair. Or just heal more during that Red Dragon fight. But anyway, joining us in the boot is tonight's winner, SassageLink. Very nicely done, GG's. How you feeling?
Very nicely done, GG's. Wow, I am just glad that is over with.
Fair enough. We thought that might be the sentiment. But GG's in the chat now for Pav as he is making his walk to the king, as he is just now finishing, and he is not far behind SassageLink. Yeah, I think that rest in Rimmeldar is really probably a game changer at this point.
Yeah, minute 18 between the runners, and SassageLink, the game was very nice to you guys. Gave you keys, gave you strength early, gave you a sword, but forgot that you guys also need to be healthy.
Yeah, it forgot both the Moors, it forgot hit points, forgot agility. Gave us everything else really easy.
Now, my question for you, Sassage, is you see 64 agility, you're on the bottom floor, and that walk to the beach, what was going through your head?
The only thing that I was really banking on was I knew I had a couple extra heal mores and the 4-run limit. So I was just pretty much expecting to use a couple of them, but it turned out everything went smooth somehow.
You had absolute Charlock capability. You didn't see the AK-47s on the bottom floor, and it was just rough. And joining us in the booth is Pav. GG's Pav on a very rough seed, man.
We see you lighting up, Pav. Not hear any of those, so might double check your mic. Yeah, still see you lighting up, not hearing you. While he's checking on that, we do see our Dragon Lord had 160 HP on the nose tonight.
And DL2 was not too awful. I mean, our runners here had the stats. They had everything they needed right there at 16. I'm very glad that nobody decided to do 17 because that would have probably been overkill. But wow, what again? An interesting race tonight for sure.
So SassageLink, I'll ask you this while we're waiting to see if Pav can get his audio going for us. The game repeatedly told you no as you walked out on the overworld, in my opinion. You kept running into Sharlock everywhere, right? Sharlock existed everywhere. Deaths abound. It took quite a while before you finally settled into a grind. Did you have any thoughts of maybe sitting down on it a little bit sooner?
Yeah, it was one of those where I was just kind of able to get a lot of exploration out of the way really quick, and then I realized, oh god, it's half an hour in and I'm level 8. And then unfortunately the best grind I was able to find there was Demon Knights, and that's a horrible one.
You'd be surprised. I mean, there wasn't really a good grind per se, I'd say, in this. It jumped precipitously from that beginning 0-2 enemy zones up into the nasty stuff there. It was interesting watching because Pav definitely settled on grinds slightly more frequently and earlier. Built up XP leads. At one point early, it was like 600-700. Then you got into a Demon Knight, you caught it up mostly. Then you pushed exploration again. Pav built up again, and at one point it was in the 1,000+ XP lead for Pav there. And then unfortunately for Pav, at the very end, things kind of went south. But you found that one green dragon zone in the overworld that you saw what really truly caught you up towards the tail end.
Yeah, I was actually just kind of working my way back to Mountain Cave on that one, and it's like, oh wow, even in between those green dragons, I have wolves and metal scorpions to kind of keep getting that going up. So it ended up working pretty well.
Yeah, I think I got things situated here.
We can hear you now, Pav.
Yeah, it defaulted to a different microphone for whatever. Yeah, GG. That was a tough start. It felt frustrating trying to find a good grind. I think I settled in there in Mountain Cave later than I wanted to because I knew it had the Wraith Knights I could pound to smithereens. But yeah, everything was really close. So once I was able to kill stuff, I just needed to find a good grind.
Well, I'm not going to lie. This one it's definitely worth a watch back. You guys, there was experience lead changes. For the most part, Pav, you held the experience lead for the most time. But I do have a question. I think chat has the same question. The heal in Rimmildar as you just come out the castle, was that intentional?
Before stepping into Sharlock?
Yes.
Yeah, I could have done it in Garenham, but I just didn't want to walk to the right. That was just my whole thought.
That's fair. And I'll ask this even before that. I know you had already had the blow a heal. So for both of you, just to set this up, Pav was definitely into Sharlock first. Sassage was about 500-600 XP behind on that final grind to 16 and still had to go get the drop where Pav already had it. Pav gets into Sharlock, finds all of the red dragons in the top zone, already had to heal more on the top floor, and tried to run on run 3 and was punished by a red dragon. Where and before I ask my question, where just so I love to throw this out, SassageLink saw no red dragons in zone 1, no armor knights in zone 3, and that's RNG being RNG. But did you give any thoughts, Pav, to heal mooring on that second red dragon rather than taking the death?
I think I miscounted my runs, but yeah, I knew I had at least 3 or 4 leeway. Not knowing what was in the next zones with such small agility, I kind of banked on only using 1 per zone, and I really didn't want to use it if I didn't have to. But I think I did think that it was my 4th run attempt, so I was gonna pop it after, but it wasn't.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And I'm not gonna lie, I've miscounted. I'm like, I thought for sure I had already had 3 runs, and then I die. I'm like, oh, okay. But I mean, RNG is going to RNG. You definitely saw the rougher side of Sharlock for sure. Even on that second dive, the game was relentless to you for a minute there. The DL2 from the Axe Knight again, and all of that. But to only finish a minute 18 apart on a hour and 45 minute seed is nothing short of amazing for you both.
Yeah, that's turning into my MO on these seeds. I lost by less than a minute on a 2-hour seed the other day.
Yeah, these long seeds, it doesn't matter how you play it, you feel behind no matter what. And yeah, this was just real rough. Again, 13 was definitely the breakout point. But again, there wasn't a lot of things you guys were swinging at freely because you still didn't have heal more. Even at 14, it felt a little bit better, but again, it didn't just. 15 was the moment where everything was like, "Yep, we're good to go at this point."
Sausage, did you find Cole or Grave? Where were they at, if anybody found them?
Grave was right by Hawksness, and Cole, I don't remember exactly where it was.
Or am I thinking about Mountain Cave? Where was that?
Yeah, you missed Mountain Cave. Yeah, you saw
Mountain
Grave
Cave
north
was,
of, but yeah, you didn't see Mountain.
Yeah, that was way northeast of North Swamp.
Oh, yeah, I died right before finding that, I think.
Yeah, it was pretty empty.
Figured.
Well, any other thoughts on this race or upcoming races? I know you both got a few to go here. Well, Pav, I'm not sure if you're in one of the 6 or 7 player groups, but moving to 2 and 2, still in position, still control your destiny. Sassage getting a much needed win, moving to 1 and 2, but you know, we're doing things. But any final thoughts, and we'll see where we're going from here.
I just want to say GG's again, and good luck to you in the rest of the group stage. And thank you guys for putting the stream on tonight. It's really appreciated.
Yep, thank you very much. Good luck, Sassage. I got a tough one tomorrow with the Scarlet Shadow, so I know he wants revenge from last year, and I'm going to try to do my best to win because I think I need to now.
Well, yeah, good luck and GG's again to you all. You wanna send us home here, Edge?
Sure thing. First and foremost, guys, give these guys a follow. They gave you guys a great race to watch with just insane stats that just didn't want to come till late. We are working on finding us a raid target. I think we found something or other that is DW or Dragon Warrior related. Thank you all for coming in this evening. Thanks to Shahaley for doing the tracking and restreaming, and of course my partner in crime here in the booth, TK9146. It is a pleasure as always to do this with you, sir.
Yes, and it was a pleasure to do it with you. Keep an eye out for future races as well. We got an absolute ton as we progress through the last week and a half of this group stage.
Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. It's a wonderful evening to have one, and we will see you guys on the next race coming up, more than likely tomorrow evening sometime.